Monroe off the bench had more than Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris. Skip, I am shocked that how well, I mean, if someone would have told you, say, you know what, you're going to get 18 points from Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid and you'll win the game. And I could assure you, they say, no way, no how. But that's what happened. Jimmy Butler came to play. Jimmy Buckets is a pro, not just a professional basketball player. And he understands, Skip, the great players cannot stop other great players, but you got to match them. He let Kawhi go get 45, and he wasn't even close to that. Yesterday, Kawhi had 35. He had 30 and 11. Okay, we can offset that. But for Ben Simmons to have 6 points now, maybe we need to factor in whole cloth, the best two-way player in basketball out there on the court. You ain't about to get a whole bunch of points on him. Because remember, Skip, one time he had made him have 11 turnovers. Couldn't even get the ball up the court. Kawhi said, no, let me show San Antonio, the Spurs, what they're missing, Jenny. I want to show them what they're missing. Showed them too, didn't he?
Jimmy Butler had 30 points.
Oh, he was guarding Ben Simmons. Oh. You know what, Skip? You know what?
Who was guarding Ben Simmons? Oh, no, Ben Simmons was guarding him. That's the point you're missing.
No. Oh, well, but hey,
switch last night.
Yeah, because we first of all, on the offensive end, we need Jimmy Buckets to give us some buckets on the offensive end. We can't have him exhausted trying to deny Kawhi the basketball and try to neutralize him. We need some offense. Look, first of all, Ben Simmons only gets a couple of layups and some dunks. He ain't shoot from the outside, so if he's a little fatigued, oh well, so be it. But you and I both are equally as shocked. Joel Embiid had 12 points.
Are you trying to put words in my mouth?
Yes.
I'm not shocked at all.
Wait,
I haven't even spoken yet.
Hold on.
What is happening here?
Told me,
you and I are both shocked. I'm not.
Hold on. You told me that the best player in the Eastern Conference, now that the king has vacated his castle, is Joel Embiid. And they won a playoff game.
Is it my turn yet?
No, it's not your turn. I could have swore I'm talking.
You're just babbling right now.
I could have swore that's what you told me. And for
let me answer that.
Joel Embiid is going to, I believe, I don't know what you believe, I believe Joel Embiid will finish top 5 in the MVP voting. For a top 5 MVP candidate, for his team to win a game on the road in which he only scores 12 points and another all-star player only scores 6 points on the road and they win that game, it's hard for me to believe. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that before.
Now for the truth of what happened last night, that was all about pure guts. That was classic Philadelphia blue-collar tenacity and toughness and grit, because that short-handed basketball team held number 2's team to 89 total points in Toronto. They out-rebounded number 2's team, the Claws team, 53-36 in Toronto. Let those numbers sink in. 89 points and 53-36 on the backboards. That's nothing but pure guts. And I want to congratulate the Sixers, although they consistently need to have backs to the wall, to reach down, to show you what they're really made of. What happened in Game 3 at Brooklyn when everybody said, uh-oh, they're in big trouble now? Ben Simmons rose and shone that night in Brooklyn with 31 points with no Joel Embiid. And Ben Simmons made 9 of 11 free throws that night. He made 11 of 13 shots, and it was guts. Are you getting texted by LeBron?
Yep.
Did he screw up any of the words? Typo any?
Skip. Huh? He was hot.
Did he call you Sterling?
Do you know
Sterling Sharp, right?
What? You got
that was funny.
You love that. You know what? You love when LeBron makes a little tiny little gap.
I thought he had somebody doing that for him, but
no.
I don't know.
So did I.
I don't know. We'll talk about that later.
We will.
Here's the point. Joe, I told you yesterday, Joel Embiid has what's turned into an arthritic right knee. They were treating it on the sideline. It is chronic, and it's going to be an ongoing problem, not just in these playoffs, but in his career.
Correct.
He's got that Andrew Bynum thing going. Remember how Bynum just finally just couldn't go on his
dropped
knee?
off a cliff.
and I'm fearful that Joel might also. On top of that, he had the classic stomach flu, as he used a word for it after the game last night that I can't repeat, but he had double jeopardy. And yet, he rose and shone and gave them all that he could give them. And who made the biggest basket of the game last night?
I will concede that to you. It was an unbelievable, because you said he has an arthritic knee.
Let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish. Greg Monroe stood in.
Yes.
He stood up big for Joel Embiid. And then with 4 minutes left, he had 10 points and 5 rebounds, about 4 minutes left in the third quarter. He turned his ankle and he was gone for the rest of the game. That was a huge loss for them. Mike Scott, who's hit some big threes for that team, I don't know what happened. He's got some heel injury and he was in a boot on the bench last night, so he can't go.
Right.
So you're getting worse and worse. You're having to play James Ennis, Jonah Bolden, and Amir Johnson. That's who you're having to resort to because they're just shorthanded. They're just a battered basketball team right now. But I said yesterday, Jimmy Butler has to take more than 14 shots.
Yes.
And he took 22 shots last night. He scored 17. He scored 30, obviously, 17 in the second half, but he scored 12 big points with 3 big assists in the fourth quarter. Why did they acquire Jimmy Butler? To close for them, and he closed the door on number 2's team.
Simmons played 44 minutes. He had 6 points. James Ennis outscored him. Greg Monroe outscored him and played half the minutes. Greg Monroe played less than 12 minutes. So he played 3 times fewer minutes than Ben Simmons and had more points.
Okay. I can't explain Ben Simmons' offensive lack of output.
Yes.
But they did switch. This was key to the game. They switched Ben Simmons onto number 2, and he at least made him work harder for his points. He bothered him a little bit. He kept him a little bit more away from the basket, away from the rim.
The man was 13 and 24.
Okay. That's not bad. Look at what did he shoot?
13 and 24.
What did he shoot from 3 there? Help me out.
He was 3 of 10.
Oh, 3 of 10. You like that?
Hold on.
Does that work for you?
So when did we think Kawhi was Steph Curry or Klay Thompson from the 3-point line? Yes, he could hit them.
Because he started getting frustrated. He couldn't get to the rack the way he was getting to the rack against Jimmy Butler. He's a little too tall and a little too springy for Jimmy Butler.
A lot. I don't know if you saw it, but did you see in the third and fourth quarter all them and ones that he got against Ben Simmons? And one, and one,
who won
and one. We know who won the game.
That's interesting.
You know what? I see what you did.
I think Ben Simmons said, I'm going to lock down and do the best I can on him. I'm going to make him sweat for his points. And he did. And Jimmy Butler said something very interesting after the game. When he said, when we focus, we can be, and to quote him, so good on defense, and they can be locked down good when they decide to be. They don't decide to be every night.
Nobody is going to be able to lock down and focus like that now. The game has changed. Yeah, the old Knicks, they could lock in and focus because that's what they did. They beat you up. So they could hold you to 68. They could hold you to 75 points.
You mean like the 90s, Nick?
Yes.
We're just going back to the 90s.
Yeah.
Not the 70s.
No.
Okay.
But that's the way they played. But a lot of teams play like that. You don't play, Skip, you don't play like this on a night in. And that's what gets me upset. Then all of a sudden, the team will shoot poorly in a quarter. They score 12 points. When we lock in like that, stop it. You're not going to lock in every night, 82 nights, 4 quarters a night like that and play. Because there are some nights, no matter what you do, the ball's going to go in for the opposing team, and they're going to be in the 30s and maybe even crack 40 on you in a quarter. So, Jimmy, you were unbelievable down the stretch. I am shocked that you won a game in which the best player only scored 12 points. And again, Skip, he played 32 minutes. You ask, but unfortunately, if what you're saying is true, that the knee is bad, that's all the minutes he could give you. You look at the start, look at Jimmy Butler, almost 43 minutes. Look at Kawhi, almost 42 minutes. Siakam, 40 minutes. Kyle Lowry, 42 minutes. Ben Simmons, 44. Your stars are expected. You're not on a minutes restriction come playoff time because there is no more. You got 2 weeks to do what you got to do. And if you don't do what you need to do, guess what? You have all the minutes you want to rest. He missed a game. He played 24 minutes in a game, 28 minutes. No, Skip. Toronto I still like Toronto.
I still like Philadelphia. They're just mentally tougher than number two.
No,
They are. Yep.
No.
Yep.
Nope, they're no longer the baby dinosaur.
You know what's funny is you used to like the Sixers.
I do.
But then you decided, you're going to jump on a new bandwagon, number two's bandwagon.
It ain't number two's bandwagon,
Well,
but he balling.
He'll always be number two to me.
I bet y'all wish y'all had him in Game 7. He'd have closed that thing for y'all.
Nah, we were.
If he would have known to call a time, make a foul. That's what he would have known to do. Because Kawhi got high basketball IQ.
Speaking of the Spurs, I still have nothing but love for my man and my friend Danny Green.
Oh!
Unfortunately, he is number two's best friend, but that's okay. So I have a little conflict going on there, but I feel bad for Danny Green last night. He went 1 for 8 and 1 for 6 from 3, and he did miss the tying.
Oh, really?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And they gave it to him. Kawhi gave him a good pass, too. Wow. Now what? You and I both know.
You tell me now what?
You and I both know, Skip Bayless. Philly shouldn't have won that game with Ben Simmons scoring 6 points and Joel Embiid getting 12.
I thought Philly was in charge all the way. I did.
Yeah,
I think they just went out and won it.
Toronto yucked it up early on. Both of them shot terrible. I mean, Philly pretend like, we play defense like that. Bruh, y'all shot 39% from the field, 28% from the three-point line. So don't pretend like y'all were just lighting it up. It was a stink fest between two teams, and you know.
Well, back home, J.J. Redick is going to make 5 or 6 threes instead of just.
I got Toronto in Game 3 for a case of do right now. Don't worry about who play. A case of do right now.
See, I can't bet because I don't know about Joel's.
I don't care about Joel. He's going. You told me. Hold on. You just told me
you don't care about it.
Hold on. No.
The best player in the East.
No. Hold on.
I don't even know if he can play. Seriously, I think it was iffy whether he could even play in the game last night.
You just spent 15 minutes telling me Joel Embiid. So what? You just spent 15 minutes telling me that he scored. I said
he sucked it up.
Okay.
He made the biggest basket of the night for his team.
They won without him before. Remember they beat Brooklyn.
I'd say this is another step up.
Case of do right now.
Oh, stop. You're just trying to cherry pick now. I'm not going to let you do it.
You on the road?
I don't. No.
We're going on the road.